Hello, I'm Chastity Downing, Middle School Language Arts Specialist, and welcome back to Literocity. We recently hosted our annual literacy conference for middle school students, featuring two of Pinellas County's former students who have successfully made a career out of the written and spoken word. Let's meet them.
It's really tempting to begin your story and not know where it's going to wind up, and that's a valid way of writing a story. But it's really handy to know the ending in order to get all the middle right. So we're going to try it now.
So tell us a little bit about what being here today means to you and the literacy of the students in Pinellas.
I'm so grateful to be here. It's really, as a writer, often you're writing in the dark and you don't actually get to see your students face to face, and to have a conversation with them is really amazing, and hear what kind of stories they're interested in and their reactions to books. And so for a lot of them, I think it's the first time they see that writing is something that is immediate and that happens around them, and it's not like all books are written long before they were born, that actually there's thought has to go into how they're structured and created. So it's really fun to be able to share that and get feedback from the students on how they like books.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how does your journey apply to the students today?
Well, I'm a Pinellas County boy. I went to Safety Harbor Middle School and then Countryside High School. And then after that, I went up to Harvard and then spent a year abroad and came back and started writing novels after that. And so I keep coming home here because my mom lives in Clearwater, and so it's like deep in my bones, this area, and I just remember my own experience with my best teachers and what they offered to me, and so I think back on those moments and try to bring them up for the students here.
What one piece of advice would you give to students who want to write books or go into any kind of career with where literacy is the main objective?
Yeah, first of all, it is always moving, that you see readers who this might be the first book they've read, since their books were assigned to them, and also that the writing changes every day. So you can't. It's not like going into an office where the next day is going to look like the previous. Like you're writing a new book, and so you get to experience new stories and share them with readers. So it's an active communication that keeps going.
Being on the newspaper staff at Carwise was a great opportunity to be able to go out interviewing people to practice.
Being a product of Pinellas County Schools, what did it mean for you to come back and share how important literacy is with the students today?
Today was such a remarkable experience for me because not too long ago, I was in their shoes and I know what it felt like to be a middle schooler, and you have so many different passions and you're just beginning to explore those. So to be able to share a little bit of my insight and knowledge from my career, now I went from experiences in Pinellas County school system, from doing yearbook and newspaper and even my school news, how that shaped me and my passions into a journalist, and sharing that journey with them so they know they can do whatever they dream of too is a very special thing.
So if you could have them walk away with one piece of inspiration today, what would that be?
To never give up on their passion and their voice. In any industry, you're going to be faced with a lot of no's, and especially in such a competitive industry as journalism, there's a lot of people who want to do it. So you just have to really trust yourself and have a very strong work ethic. But I want them to know if they're passionate about this, they will find success, and just staying true to that voice and that authenticity and never accepting no for an answer and just going for it.
In today's world, we know that social media plays a huge part in literacy. Could you give the students some advice? You had some really good advice today about positive and negative in the virtual world.
Absolutely. Social media is such a wonderful tool for so many reasons, for finding sources, to uncovering breaking news and connecting with your viewers, which can be really gratifying experiences. But there's the flip side, that when you're in a public role, you receive a lot of negativity too. And so I told them, if it's constructive advice, listen to it, and certainly take that into account of what your viewers want to hear. But if it's something that's just, a naysayer or something that's negative that won't help them and won't necessarily change the content that they're producing, just let it go and don't listen to it, because no one needs that kind of negativity. And I told them too, it reflects more about the person than about
One,
them.
2, and 3. Fabulous. Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
But the Middle School Literacy Conference is so much more than just our guest speakers. In an interactive workshop, students learned ways to establish a strong literacy team at their school site and brainstormed and planned ways to grow literacy at their school.
for our 7 books that we're going to choose, starting A books right here. Y'all go with the list. We got
So Bea is doing endangered.
Endangered.
And the most responsible person at your table has a hold of them. We have one more activity. So if you would open your journal, write down what your favorite activity that your group brainstormed today. What was your favorite one and why?
It was a great day for our students. And who knows, maybe one of them will find a career showcasing their literary talents. And one of our middle schoolers already has. Let's meet her next.